Today I will talk about the strategic nature of military special operations forces versus the tactical nature of police tactical units, right? So, okay, simply put, there is a chain of impact, right? So there's 3 levels in a chain of impact. You have tactical, operational, and strategical. Strategical being the highest, operational being the middle, and tactical being the lowest, right? So military special operations forces fulfill all 3 levels. They are a tactical level impact force, operational level impact force, and a strategical level impact force. Police tactical units only fulfill one level, which is the most basic, and they are just a tactical level impact force, and they don't go and advance to operational or strategic. Now, military special operations forces are called strategic forces for ease of convenience. Even though they fulfill all 3 levels of impact in the chain of impact, they are, for convenience, referred to as a strategic level force. Now, when we look at police tactical units, right, what do? They arrest targets, they disperse the crowd, they contain the riot, or they rescue hostages. Now, it just ends there, right? So the action is done, the action ends there, and they have no level of influence beyond it, right? They do not influence wars, diplomacy, or policies, right? Everything that they do is local, right? Their actions is local, the consequences of their actions is also local, right? So that's why police tactical units are basically a tactical level impact only, right? They do not play a role in national survival. They do not play a role in operational or strategic arenas of a state, right? And it is by design that police tactical units are designed by the government in such a way. The government purposely designed police tactical units to have a low level of influence and a limited level of power, right? They can only maintain the order of the state, but they cannot alter, transform, or change the conditions, right? So when it comes to altering, changing, or transforming anything, right, the government gives it to higher level tactical units, right? Higher level tactical units are military special operations units, right? So military special operations units basically are trusted by the government to do altering of conditions, transformation stuff, meaning altering and creating a new political reality, a new military reality, right, along those lines. So military special operations forces, now, they are a tactical level force, operational level force, and a strategic level force all in one, right? So what do military special operations forces do? So take for example, they do a commando raid, they do a sabotage mission, they do a reconnaissance mission, right? So the actions not only affect the local, right? Everything that they do also affect regional or global affairs, right? So their actions, although are local, their consequences are not just local but also regional or global, right? So that's why they have a higher level of influence and power than police tactical units, right? So military special operations forces play a role in the strategic reach of a country, right? In the operational state or in the strategic state of a nation, right? So that's why, simply put, police tactical units are lower than military special operations units, right? Military special operations units are basically designed by the government to be to have a higher mandate, a higher authority, and a higher purpose than police tactical units, right? It's designed this way by the government, right? And police tactical units, no matter how well trained they are, how well equipped they are, or even if they seek to employ more aggressive tactics, right, they still cannot become special operations, right? Because it is a difference of category, not a difference of skill level, equipment level, or even tactical level. Because, take for example, we use a box, right? Military special operations forces and police tactical units belong in different box, right? So the ceiling of police tactical units is still below the SOF floor, right? And the SOF ceiling is here, right? So if you take for example, if you compile and take all the best police tactical units, doctrinally speaking, right, or hostage rescue units, and you lump them together, you turn up the dial, make them perform at their best, right? The best effects that they can give to a nation is only local order restoration, right? That's the maximum that they can go, right? Because they are bounded by this box that they are in, right? Which is the law enforcement, policing, doctrinal box, right? So they can only hit the ceiling. This is their maximum ceiling that they can hit, right? Maximize their skill, maximize everything that they do. They can only still hit the ceiling. And this ceiling is still below the military SOF floor, right? They cannot jump to military SOF. They cannot become special operations, right? They cannot do that, right? And that is why military special operations forces are higher in the hierarchy than them, right? So that is why police tactical units cannot make the cut as special operations, right? It is all by design, right? Now, the argument that police tactical units just have to have better weapons, better equipment, and or employ more aggressive methods, and they can be special operations. That argument does not make sense, right? Because, like I say, they are in different boxes. It's not incremental. It's a categorical difference, right? Now, if they are, let's say, in a false reality, but if they are in a same box and same category, yes, you know, the more that they train, they have better weapons, better equipment, more aggressive tactics. Incrementally, yes, they can match up to their competitors, right? But in this case, military special operations forces are in the top box. Police tactical units are in the bottom box, and they cannot jump over, right? Because both are separated by different doctrines and different purpose, right? So it's like two different worlds, right? So that's why the brutal fact is police tactical units are still lower level than, even the best police tactical units are still lower than military special operations units, right? Doctrinally, right? So take for example, in a summary, if you want to compare both units, is in a scenario of let's say both of them are doing CQB and room entry, right? So one unit is doing CQB and room entry for a higher purpose, right? A greater cost than the other unit, right? So police tactical units, when they go down there, their job is just to solve the incident at hand, right? Do the room entry, do the CQB, and solve the incident and end the day, right? They influence nothing else beyond that, right? Now, when military special operations forces, they go down to do room entry, to do CQB, right? Yes, they solve the situation at hand, right? But it doesn't just end there, right? They then go on to influence the operational and the strategical nature of regional or global affairs, right? They will affect either national, regional, or global security or political affairs, right? So that is the greater level of position and influence that military special operations forces bring to the table, right? So this is the vast difference between the both of them.